welcome to yet another episode of Zoom into UK. In this series, we decode every possible aspect of UK that impacts an international student directly or indirectly. I'm Juhi, I'm the marketing director and founding member of Zoom Abroad. It's a platform that simplifies international education by leveraging the power of technology and community. London is a great place to be a student, and we know it all. Time and again, this city has been ranked as #1 destination for international students to come and pursue their higher education. Now we know it all. Why? For its high quality education, the kind of diversity this city provides, the endless opportunities of work and network, and a lot of other things as well. But we are not going to talk about why London is so popular amongst international students. Today, we will talk about to gain all of these experiences, to experience the diversity and the beautiful opportunity the city has to offer, one needs to roam around the city. One needs to travel within the city. And today, exactly, we will be talking about how international students or how any student can find their way around London. So what are the public transportation that is available for students? What are the other means of transport which students can avail? And of course, what are the cost-effective transport methods are available for students? Cool. So let's just understand what are the public transportation options available in London. To begin with, let me first tell you that the transport system of London is safest and the most efficient transport system in the whole world. It is very well connected through all the modes of transport, be it rail, bus, boat, cable cars, and private taxis. So with all of this, the city is very well connected and you would not even feel a need of boarding a taxi or getting your own car. So to begin with, let's understand that how the public transport system is governed in London. So the public transportation system is governed by TFL in London, which is also called as Transport for London. And London is divided in zones, and they have total 9 zones from 1 to 9. 1 and 2 being the central London, and then as you move away from the city, that's how your zone expands. So to give you a perspective, Heathrow Airport, that's where you will all land once you arrive in London. Heathrow Airport is in zone 6, whereas most of the universities in London are within zone 1 to 4. So that is how they are placed. So that's the zoning element, and Transport of London basically takes care of the management and ticketing of these public transport. So that is how it is governed. Now, how can you travel in public transport once you arrive? So it is very simple. You need to have a travel card to travel to any of the public transport. It could be bus, train, rail, cable cars, anyone. So you need to have a travel card. Here it is called as the Oyster card. So as a student, you will get a 18 plus Oyster card, and you can top it up with your travel pass amount. But with student, the benefit is that with your top up, you will avail a 30% student discount on your travel cards. So you can use this card in any of the public transport. So again, let me tell you, all of the London universities are very well connected within the public transport system. Either they will have a nearby tube station or a bus station. So it would depend on how far or near you're living with your university. If it is quite far, then of course your travel pass would calculate from the number of zones that you will travel. And if you're living nearby, probably you can also use pay as you go option. So if you do not travel that quite often and it's just once a while, you can always use pay as you go option. So that is how the card can be utilized. But yeah, for pay as you option, you would not get that 30% discount. But with the travel passes, the monthly or weekly top up that you do on your Oyster card, that you will be entitled to get a 30% student discount. Okay, so who governs the public transport? How can you travel? That is being covered. Now, let's understand what all options are available for you to look around London or move around the city and see and experience this beautiful city. So the biggest network of public transport what London has is via train. So now there are different types of trains available in the options. The first is the underground network. So underground, as the name suggests, they operates below the ground level, and they are the oldest underground network in this world. So majority of the UK universities, no, not UK, majority of the London universities are very well connected to the underground stations. They are normally called as tube stations in London. So they are very well connected with the tube network. They normally operates between zone 1 to 6, and that's how the fares are divided. The next network is called as the Overground, and as the name suggests, they operate in the similar manner, but yes, they are above the ground. So they also sometimes cover the suburban areas of London. So sometimes if students prefer to live far away from the city or with their relatives or someone, then they can of course use the Overground options. The other options with trains are DLR, which is the Dockland Light Services. Then there are trams. So these are the options available within the train network. Now comes the buses, the famous London red buses. Let me tell you, the buses are the most popular and most widely used public transport amongst Londonites. It's not just for students, for everyone, because it is very easy to hop on to a bus and travel. Secondly, it is the most affordable options as well. So you can again use your Oyster card and travel around London and within the red buses. So like I said, similar with the underground station, every London university is very well connected within the bus network as well. The next public transport that is available for students, and it is quite an interesting one, is the cable cars. Yes, it is the first urban cable car which basically helps you cross the river. So from Greenwich to Victoria Docklands, you can cross the River Thames and then use the cable car services. You can use your Oyster card. Normally students don't do it on a daily basis, but yes, just once in a while to get that feel of traveling in a cable car. And it is a public transport system. And the fourth public transport system that is available is your riverboat. So Thames Clipper is one of the operating agencies. They operate under TFL license. So you can, get a boat trip and travel in Thames and get that scenic view of this beautiful city, and you can use it on a daily basis. And you can avail this service with your Oyster card, with your student 18 plus Oyster card as well. So these are the form of public transport that are available. How can you access them? You can download a TFL mobile app on your phone. With this app, you can even plan your journey. So where do you want to travel? When do you want to travel? So sometimes fare differs if you're traveling in an off-peak hour. So what are the peak hours? The morning office hours or the evening hours, they are called as the peak hours. If you're traveling within off-peak hours, you can even get the discounted fare. Now, students who are real explorers, who really want to look around and outside, travel outside of London, they can use rail services. Now, rail services, London is, again, it's very well connected with rail services, and the rail system operates throughout the United Kingdom. So what you can do as a student is you can opt for a rail pass. Now, rail pass is, again, you can get 18 plus rail pass and get it attached with your Oyster card and avail 35% discount on all your off-peak travel journeys. So plan your travel in such a way that you're traveling within the off-peak hours and you're avoiding the rush and, of course, getting the discounts as well. So that is, again, a cost-effective way of moving around the UK and having experiencing the beautiful scenic countryside of London as well, and within UK as well. So that's a great mode of transport as well. Apart from all this, the other two transport that students can use is, one is cycling. Again, cycling is the best way to move around London, especially within central London, zone 1 to 4. It is 1 to 2 is central London, and then within 1 to 4, you can easily rent a taxi. Once you'll come to the city, you'll see there are several cycle stands. Most of them are owned by Santander. You can rent a bicycle for £2 for a day, which is around 200 rupees for a day. And if you want a monthly pass or a yearly pass, then of course you can get around 25% discounts on that. So cycling is a great way to keep yourself fit, and then again find your way around the city and then explore the city. And the last way is, of course, walking. You might feel it now that, oh my God, how can I cover the city by walking? But trust me, most of the London is pedestrian friendly. You can easily walk around the city and explore and absorb the beauty and the culture and the diversity and whole of the opportunities that the city has to offer, and maximize your student experience as much as possible, and make this journey, make this stay while studying in the London worthwhile for you, so that it can be a lifetime asset and value for you. So this is it for today's session. I hope I have covered all the transport options available for students to move around the city. If you have any more questions about studying in the UK, living in the UK, you can post your comments below. And yeah, till then, take care, and I'll see you next time in the next episode.